All right, Coach. You get a phone call. Do you make the initial call, or the initial call was made to you?
Well, I had gotten word that the position was coming open, and as coaches, how we put fillers out there. It happened. Once the offer came to come down and interview, it was left up to me now to make sure that I come in and not only say the right things, but once if I'm fortunate enough to get the job, make sure I come in and do the right things that I preached on. Once I got the phone call, I didn't hesitate. Matter of fact, I didn't go back to North Carolina until after January 1st. I had left there for Christmas and had somebody go pack my house up for me. So that's how excited I was.
You was on the run in this thing.
I was going.
You mentioned this morning, about walking in. You answered the question of coming in and making an assessment, and then and seeing what's going on campus, what you had coming in, and trying to hold on and putting the staff together.
Yeah, we felt that as a football team, we felt that coming in and getting the special teams cleaned up, controlling the discipline, and I preach discipline. We didn't have a major discipline issue, but as football coaches, you want to make sure that the discipline is where it needs to be, and then you come in and assess the talent. With the late arrival, my staff and I, we felt we plugged the holes as best as we could with the limited time that we had. So, the guys that we did bring in, we think that those guys can really help us.
This morning, it was mentioned about special teams, and that was a clap and all the excitement because they can win you a game, but they can also lose you 1-0.
Well, I'm very familiar with special teams beating us. Fayetteville State, we were up for our three-peat with a minute left in the game. I called timeout to quick kick the ball. I don't know what I thought about. I put the punt team back out there. We snapped the ball over the head. They beat us 31-32. So I am very familiar with the long snapper. I do understand about special teams beating. So the first assignment here was to go out and find us a good quality long snapper, and we did that. And a young man, Zach Ferris. So we're expecting big things out of Zach.
That's also has become a special situation going into the league, So my question, I guess the question I'm asking is, how do you go and look for a specialist on the high school level and then bring them to college, or do you just look up and find that guy?
Well, you have to really get out and try to find him. You really have to get out and try to find him. Hit every hole that you can find a good long snapper. We got Zach from way up in North Dallas. That tell you how far we had to go. Thank him and his family for allowing us to be a part for allowing them to be a part of the Tiger family. So Zach has a big role to play this year.
Spring drills. I tell you, it's a heck of a lot of locker room here. But yeah. Coach, one thing I'm noticing about you, you don't fake, you don't flinch. You've been in the wars on the sideline a little bit long enough to say, well, that's something else, and we just deal with it.
Yeah.
And we just gonna finish this out,
okay.
Coach. This fall practice, how has it gone so far?
It's going well. Guys are working hard. We've been putting a lot of long hours in, and it's been hot. It's a different heat from North Carolina, so it's been extremely hot. But the guys have fought through it. Even in the days when they don't feel like fighting through it, they do it anyway. So we're I'm very proud of the young men and pleased, and we're just going to continue to try to move in the right direction.
Game that's on the clock. You mentioned it earlier. How do you are you approaching it as such? Like you mentioned, you've been to the show before, so it doesn't matter.
Well, the lights are always bright. When you get to the show, you can either muster up or you can lay down. These guys, and I talk like that because you have to remind these guys the magnitude of what you're walking into. This is the most important game. This is the only game on the schedule right now. It's Prairie View, and that's how we're taking this approach.
All right, Coach, introduce yourself and then we'll close out.
My name is Darrell Asberry. I'm the head football coach at Texas Southern University.
And this is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr. with the College Sports Report.